Hello, friends and relatives. Welcome to my channel. Today, well, at least in this playlist, we're going to be talking about a poor man's biohacking for recovery. So it's just a list that I plugged into, some things I plugged into the large language model that is ChatGPT, my AI assistant. Well, for 2 more days, anyways. But said, hey, look, these are the things that I see. We need to come up with ways to help in this opioid crisis. What say you? We went back and forth and finally got to the end of this chat and plugging information into it and having it go research, and we came up with this program of ones and zeros came up with this title: Poor Person's Biohacking for Recovery. That's what you clicked on to watch. The subtitle is Accessible Tools Rooted in Ancestral Wisdom, Science, and Sacred Motion for Navigating Addiction Recovery. It's in 4 sections with subsections underneath it. The first section is body-based practices. Cold showers, duration 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Benefit: reduces cravings, resets your stress response, and boosts dopamine. Ancestral wisdom, like plunging into a sacred river for shock and renewal. This here, I've heard mental health professionals and I'd say medical professionals talk about the benefit of doing, resetting your autonomic nervous system by taking a cold shower. That's why cold plunges are jumping up. Wim Hof he's talking about you can use this to heal your body. And so for addicts and alcoholics, those that struggle with addiction, one of the things that we can do is we have to get past that initial, F it moment where we're like, man, I'm going to go out, and we pick up the phone and we text someone. We got to get past that. And so the best thing that we can do is just to, right when it comes, use that as a notification, like the phone, ding or whatever your alert is set to. It comes up, you feel like you're going to use, straight, straight into the kitchen, get the bowl that will fit your face in or something, or a small tub or whatever that'll fit your face in, or maybe it's a sink, kitchen sink. You fill it up with the coldest water, plug that bad boy, go over to grab some ice, put it in there, and then this part, as much as you can get in. Um, the subject matter experts are saying that it actually resets something. You get past that. You get past that. What do you call it? That wanting to go out and use, and so we need anything at this point where we're at. We need as much help as we can get, and so this will get you that. This will give you that window where you can reset, and just be like, maybe that resets enough to be pull up the AA meetings that are happening. Maybe there'll be one happening. Go there, but run, get get out, and so cold showers, that's why cold plunges are taking off, for the health benefits and people getting back into their right minds. So cold showers. Number two, heat shock therapies. So heat exposures, sauna, steam showers. Benefit: detoxifies the body, calms the nervous system, and creates clarity. Even a hot bath or steam room at the YMCA can initiate release. And so this is where I'm at. This is where I found a lot of life. I just came out of morning season last May 18th. No, yeah, somewhere in May, May 18th, I believe it was the end of like an observed and really intentional morning season. But during that whole morning season, I needed a way to release. And so sauna, the Finnish style sauna, man, that gave me what I needed. I was able to sit in there in that environment and just like pray and meditate and share with people that were sent to me, just gifts. They were sent to me. They were the consistent ones that kept on showing up and listening. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody can sit there and listen to sorrow, or even want to be acquainted with it. Kind of like, oh, Jesus, a man acquainted with sorrow. Yeah, I don't feel like doing that. But I can speak from experience. There's something that happens in these environments, in a Nipi ceremony, in South America's temescals, in Russian banyas, and a Turkish hammam, sauna, eh, plains and nipis, you name where sweating and rocks and these elements are at. There's something that happens there. Natives tend to not try to describe it, but it's a cleansing that happens. And so going into a place like this is good. Now, where do you find this at? Well, locally, you're going to find it at probably like a fitness center, like a Verge Fitness. I remember that they had in the city or the town that I live in. I know that they have a small electric unit. I don't think you can throw water on the rocks, but be respectful. If they don't want water on the rocks, then don't pour water on the rocks. Um, and I think it's like $10 a month. I don't know. You'll have to call. So you go and you sit in there and you sweat. Well, what do I do in there? Just breathe. Just breathe, just to breathe. If it's loud, you hear people out there, walking by, or you hear a shower go on, you're just breathing. We used to stuff that. And so now we need to be present to the things that are happening around us. And so these environments do that. A lot of times you can go to like let's see, locally it's Verge, Capital Racket and Fitness, steam showers. There's another place you can go check out. Local YMCA across the river would be Family Fitness Center. I'm trying to think of other places that I think those are the only two places that have a steam shower. Well, Bobby, what's a steam shower? That's the little thing you go in there. It's like it's a steam room. You go in there and you push the timer, or some guys will throw some paper towels on the thermostat thing to get it going. At ours, at the Y here, we have to pour water on the where the plate is at, where it behind the plate is the thermostat. We have to pour water on there to get the steam to come out. Those only get about one. I think legally they can only go 120 to 125 Fahrenheit. In the finished out sauna that I was mentioning, man, the absolute basement, from what I hear, is 160 degrees up to 210. Like that's optimal. Sometimes, it gets hotter, so just kind of build yourself up towards it. And the last place is shower. Free. I mean, if you have a place, you have an apartment, or you living with somebody, and you want to create your own little hot box, turn the water on the hottest it can go. Close the door to that bathroom and just sit in there. You know how it gets steamy in there, and just sit in there. Well, I used to use in a bathroom. You know what? Well, reclaim it for good. Just we gotta do things different. The Al-Anon's right. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So we have to do something different. So those are three places you could check out. Some of them cost money, but the shower, get a steamy shower going in the place where you lay your head. That's doable. Most showers, person takes a hot shower, they open up the door and all that steam comes out. So it's possible to just get the steam. And so that's free, free 99 is what I've heard recently. This putting your face, those are both of those, putting your face in a bowl that has the coldest water you can get, and then some ice in it, that's free. You can just go to the fridge and put it in the sink or whatever. And then this hot like shower in where you stay, that's free too. These following ones are free also. Movement is medicine. So this is point three under body based practices. Ideas: walking, dancing, push ups, stretching, 15 to 20 minutes, rewire stuck trauma in the body. Uh, it's sacred motion. It moves what's stuck. Have you ever seen a dog that's nervous? They'll sit there and shake, you know. It's the body trying to, that's what was built into them. In the similar way, we need to kind of do that same thing too. We have to find these things that will release. Walking does that. In fact, here's what's crazy. There's some creativity there too. When writers get stuck, I was reading in The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. He says that when he hits a writer's block, log out of his computer, throw some headphones in, grab the dog, and he goes for a walk. And he says it's amazing what being out in nature does. He's like, you just look around, the sun's hitting you, the temperature, whatever. You just like, there's something there, it's medicine. That's, it helps. So some of those things, walking, dancing, push-up, stretching, some people will go like this, like, or just they'll move their legs, up and down, they'll get up but movement is medicine. So those 3 points under body-based practices, all those are free. I told you the ice in the bucket or a cold plunge, cold shower. What was the other one? Turning the water on hot, a hot shower. Maybe you don't want to get in because it's scalding hot, and I just don't want that on my skin, but I'll sit in there. And then walking, dancing, push-up, stretching, all of that. Free. Free 99. Section 2, mind-based practices. So this is the first bullet point, if you will. First sub point is box breathing. 4 seconds in through the nose, hold at the top 4 seconds, exhale through the nose for 4 seconds, hold at the bottom for 4 seconds. Regulates cortisol, reduces anxiety, calms cravings. Journaling, pen or voice memo, write or speak freely for 5 to 10 minutes. Let it be messy. Shame, rage, grief, hope, all is sacred data. Digital fasting, practice 1 hour without screen times. Um, it restores dopamine levels and rebuilds focused attention. So, box breathing. One of my favorite examples of box breathing, type box breathing in Navy SEAL box breathing in a Google search or in YouTube, and you're going to find some of the, it's just cool. It's cool. Listening to various Navy SEALs talk about this, they'll say things like, before we even take an objective, we will do a few cycles of box breathing. And then they explain this 4 seconds in through the nose, hold at the top. And I'm like, yeah, right. You're going to do that when bullets are going and frag grenades are going off and it's just utter chaos. And each one of these SEALs say, yeah, you have to, you need a clear mind to take whatever the primary, the secondary, or the tertiary. And when something changes, you need to get your mind right. And the best way to do that is to breathe. I'm like, but it reminded me of something in scripture. It says that uh, that the creator, when he created the human beings, he breathed the breath of life into man's nostrils. When I got there, I got to thinking about those, like, breathe the breath of life. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? Well, maybe that's what a lot of these faith traditions are talking about, just being, you're sitting in one place and you're just breathing and you're meditating on spiritual teachings or whatever. And clarity comes. And that's what these guys are talking about. It's not religious based, but they're saying that there's life there too. And so I think that we can benefit from what Navy SEALs are saying. So these are elite special forces are saying that box breathing helps. One of the things is I have a relative that struggled with panic attacks and anxiety, and the doctor told me is like, you need to help them by getting their attention and help them, guide them through breathing in through their nose and exhaling. And so, man, I did that, and I was just floored how fast it happens when you. I guided this relative through this, and they didn't even make it through that exhale on the other side. The inhale and then holding at the top, they didn't even come down that other side. But not even one cycle, and I could tell immediately that they were starting to come down off of that panic attack. I'm like, holy! So I've seen this real life, And there was a doctor that told me how to help my relative, through this process. So Navy SEALs are saying it. In fact, they're talking more about it in treatment programs. But type in box breathing, and I think that even the Calm app guides you through this. So box breathing, don't sleep on that one. That's a good one right there. Journaling, write or speak freely for 5 to 10 minutes. I always tease a little bit when I share this point. I say, you know what, some of you can't stand writing in journals. I'm going to tell you that there's life there though, and they're like, oh, Bobby, no, I don't like writing, and I'm like, hear me out. Excuse me. Said in my grieving season, there was a book that I referred to a lot before my son made the journey, and now I needed it. It was called a grief. The book title is "A Grief Observed" by C.S. Lewis. In the beginning part, I believe it's in the introduction. It's by a I can't remember what her name is, but it's a friend of C.S. Lewis, and basically writes, "What we don't work out in our journals, we take out on our family." And so I'll say that to them. I'll say, we can take that and learn from that too. What we don't work out in our journals, we're going to take out on our friends and our family or even this group. So let's get that stuff on paper. Ain't nobody going to read that but you and whoever you share it with, counselor here, whatever, but get it out. And so a lot of them will be like, "What's the name of that book again?" They're intrigued by it, and I give them the background of how he talked very candidly, and it still bothers a lot of believers, American Christianity, when they read the way he went through his grief, about his wife, the author of this book. But him writing the book, we all benefited for it. So I can say journaling is definitely, it's got some life in it. And then the last point in mind-based practices is digital fasting. One of the big things, excuse me for the, uh, I just had my last cup of coffee and now it's starting to cycle out. um, Digital fasting, I will tell in my talks at the local treatment center, I'll say, look, you're not alone. Most humans struggle with addiction. I'd say all humans to one level or another. I said, if case in point, if I were to take phones away from people, most of America would lose their dang minds. And some of them will shake their heads like, yeah. And others will be like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's one of the fastest ways to get a dopamine hit is have your smartphone, have your phone with you. And so if it causes that to people that aren't addicted, like to substances like us, if this thing, then it must be doing something to us too. So, some of you will be scrolling Facebook and see somebody was picked up or whatever. Maybe it's a song, maybe it's a video on YouTube, and you're just like, put the phone down, and just let it sit there. Uh, and your brain's gonna heal, is what some subject matter experts are talking about. They're calling it digital fasting. So those three things under mind-based practices, definitely good stuff. Best in slot, worth a checkout, and I think all of those are, once again, free 99. Put it on the screen, and if you act now, uh, section 4, spirit-based practices. Subpoint 1, prayer or speaking to the ancestors. Now I can just hear people like, what is this liberal Christian going to talk about? Chill. Just chill, brother, sister, bitterroot. My goodness. Uh, uh, Point 1, prayer speaking to the ancestors. Out loudly or silently, talk to the creator or relatives who've walked on. Rebuilds relational connection. You're not alone. It's interesting. In the New Testament, it says we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witness. I truly believe, if it's going to keep a person sober, who are we to judge? You know, we're talking to our ancestor, the Son of Man. But that's different. He's alive. Well, according to the oldest Hebrew and Jewish traditions, so are all of our relatives that made the journey. Or, my son lives. What are you talking about? Even in Dakota Lakota Way, we believe that our ancestors live. So who are we to judge it if it's keeping them sober by talking? Man, we got to quit. Uh, Silently or out loud. Prayer is huge. There'll be sometimes, and this is going to probably bother people. I don't care. But there's sometimes I'll talk to Skylar. I'll tell him, I'll say, I'm so sorry that for my irritability today. I shouldn't be using my grief as a way to be irritable, with people. And I'm trying, son. I'm trying. By living a better way and being a good relative, I honor my son's memory. And so that's extra credit. But uh, good example, right? Well, he can't hear you. What are you doing praying to him? I didn't say I was praying to him. I said I was talking to him. Pete's sake. And what's the deal? What if I do ask him, Skylar? You know, a lot of faith traditions believe that our loved ones, and you're my son, can still come and visit from time to time. When you go back, can you tell the creator, well, you can go directly to chill, my goodness, brother Bitterroot, chill. My goodness, why you gotta be like that? I'm gonna move on, or else I can really drag this out. Ceremony at Dawn. This is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna read it to you, and then I'll share with what I share. Some of you have heard me say this in our talks at treatment. Ceremony at dawn. Light a candle, burn sage or cedar, whisper gratitude. Start your day in sacred rhythm with the sun. So I will tell individuals, go get yourself a tablecloth or a small cloth from Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever the what do you call it, hobby shops are in your place, fabric stores, things like that. Just a small one, enough to make a sacred place for you. Put a little votive candle on there, a little censer. You can buy censers online. You can probably go up to most smoke shop, or any type of what do they call them? Smoke shops, right? Yeah. You go up there and ask them for a little incense burner. Some of them come in like little brass things or whatever, or they're wood things, and I can hear brother and sister Bitterroot. They've now joined forces. They're over there murmuring. Ignore them. Just continue, brother. Tell us. You burn that votive candle, and it's on that red cloth, because red is a color of sacred. Red is the color of holiness. And you burn that little incense. Or for those that are native or indigenous, that's where you have your abalone shell, and you put your medicine in there and you burn it, and then you stand there. I say stand there and in silence. You can close your eyes, do whatever you want, but you'll like that. And some people, they talk about putting the prayers on you, or some people just let it, however you were taught. But you'll sit there and you know um, you'll be quiet. Out of all the religions I've studied and am studying, in all of them, they say that the best prayer is the prayer of silence. And so that's the prayer I want you to do. You light the little candle. You light the medicine, the incense, or the sage or the cedar or the sweet grass. You just stand there. The prayer of silence. I don't have to say anything. It'll come in time as your relationship gets better with the creator, with yourself and with the creator. I'm telling you what, man, there's you're you experiencing six months sobriety possible. What? I've never been able to get past 3 months. I'm telling you, 6 months. There's power in you. There's power in you. Start your day with sacred rhythms. Some of you, the sun comes out, go outside, face the east. I'm pointing toward the east. Face the east. Stand out there and listen to the birds, especially as spring starts arriving. We just started winter, but as spring, you go outside, some of the winter birds are out there. You might hear the world coming to life, but just stand outside, face the direction of new beginnings as the sun comes up, as our relative, that star, comes up. And telling you what, man, there's something there. There's something there. In Dakota Lakota way, the Dakota people, the Cheti Shakoi, we would go out, and the men would go out and we would meet the sun. Just beautiful, man. Ceremony at dawn. What? Hey, look, man, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Switch some things up. Uh, Subpoint number 3 under speech-based practices: breath and gratitude practice. 3 deep breaths, name the things you're thankful for, and simple ritual to rewire the soul. Uh, don't sleep on this. I know that most treatment programs are teaching you guys how to meditate and teaching you breath work. Just be open to it. Just take it into consideration. Guys, um, addiction is a spiritual thing. Nakota lakota way. It's a spiritual thing, and so we need spiritual tools. We need a toolkit, if you will, and breath work and gratitude practices. Uh, there's life here. There's good stuff here. And then the last point under spiritual based practices: name the lie, speak the truth. This one's actually really good. When shame or craving speaks, call it what it is: a liar. Replace it aloud. I, this is the lie, I am worthless. I am sacred and becoming whole. You can just say, that is a lie. I am of worth. I am sacred. I am becoming whole. Man, I can. The book is over yonder here, and I would go off camera, but I can just tell you that I have at least 3 books that talk about it, mainly from a charismatic kind of way, uh, and they talk about speaking truth of Scripture. And that's what this is. You're just saying you're saying what the creator, you're saying what the creator already believes about you. So name the lie, speak the truth. Another version of that would be, uh, the thought comes to you, I'm going to end up overdosing just like my relative did. My family was a family of drunks. Well, what are the ancestors? What are the speaking the truth? Um, the same thing that took this the same thing in this just example. That way of life, that destiny is not mine. I will be the first person in my family to heal from this. Uh, we are not a family. I am the first in our line that will not be, uh, that will push forth the new energy of not being a family of drunks. I don't know, but be creative. My mother, she began something really cool when she got sober back in the 80s. And then my stepfather followed her, and I had examples. It just seemed like that contagion kind of picked up in families. So, and then the last one, uh, section 4, bonus tools, low cost. So there are about 5 subpoints, but the first one is Epsom bath salts. Cost $1 to $3 per bag. Eases soreness, detoxifies, helps with sleep. I've never experienced this, but you know what? A bath makes sense. Your body is submerged, and I can see how that would be helpful. I'm not sure about Epsom salts. I'd have to look into that, but I just right away, baths. You have me. Timer from the dollar store. Use for sacred work. Sessions set for 20 minutes and focus on one task. Structure breeds freedom. I have an app on my phone called the Pomodoro, or Be Focus Pro, but it's basically based on kind of what's being described here, um, the Pomodoro effect or something like that. So you set it, and then you just, like it says, you focus on that one thing. Maybe it's just 20 minutes, 20 minutes of reading recovery stuff or listening to recovery stuff. You listen to a podcast. There are a lot of podcasts out there that are support group driven. AA, NA, EA, Emotions Anonymous, you name it. Al-Anon, Alateen. There's a lot of YouTube. You can fire up YouTube. Um, but you're focused on it. You're taking notes. There's some good stuff here. Again, structure brings freedom is what's under that. Uh, Subpoint number 3: herbal teas, chamomile for calming, peppermint for focus, dandelion for detox. Breathe or brew, sit, breathe. It's medicine. It's interesting thing about teas. The our relatives, when it comes to like our relatives in Japan, or our relatives in China, these our Asian relatives, the ones that have tea ceremonies, they make it into. I mean, it's said that tea. without a handle like this. Hopefully this doesn't make too much sound, but like it it actually makes you patient because you know that that cup is hot. You just poured your hot tea in there, and it's steeping. Your hot water in there, and it's steeping. It's getting really flavorful. If I grab that now, it's going to be hot. It actually helps you to be. My whole point in all this is that it's treat it as a ceremony. Like this is food is information. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna be intentional about this. Uh, but the scene that comes up is in The Last Samurai, and Tom Cruise's character is saying, Algren is saying, everything that these people do is done with excellence. And then you see the video or the scene where it's the uncle teaching the boy um, how to pour the tea, and then even putting the spoon down had a certain. We need to do similar. I'll leave it at that. Binaural beats on YouTube. Free loops are free loops like addiction recovery frequencies used during naps, prayer, or journaling. It's music. It's frequency music. Uh, there is one out there. It's called Marconi Union. Marconi Union is the artist, and the song is called Weightless. Psychology Today studied it, and I think they said, you know what? I'm going to pull it up right now. They said that it drops anxiety and panic attacks or something like that up to 60%. Let's see. Weightless Marconi Union study. All right. So, yep. Marconi Union's song Weightless, developed with sound therapists, is actually scientifically shown to reduce anxiety up to 65%. How much? Oh, funny you should ask. Thank you for asking. I'll tell you again. 65% reduce anxiety up to 65%, slowing heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and decreasing cortisol level by syncing with the body's natural rhythm. When you listen to it, it sounds like there's a heartbeat. Mm, mm, mm. I've taken naps to this. It's good. You'll have to check it out. Marconi Union's Weightless. Check it out. Um, Another one would be Whole Tones, and the gentleman has made the journey, but he was a musician, and did a deep dive into like frequency music, solfeggio frequencies, and created this list. It's known as Whole Tones. Look it up by Michael. Let me pull his name up too. Whole Tones by Michael Tyrell. Yeah. Yeah, just type it in. It just pops. It's the first thing that pops up. Whole tones, frequency music, and the guy that did this is it's calming music produced by Grammy winning musician Michael Tyrell. So whole tones, check it out. He's got one that when I want to get stuff done. It's called. Let me see if I can pull it up on my playlist here. I just want to highlight it because I'm using these things. Why would I recommend something that I wasn't using? Oh, except the bath salts. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I need to. My wife will be like, "Why did you buy bath salts, bro?" The song is called Desert Sojourn. It's 417 hertz. I'm telling you what, check it out. Um, what could it hurt? Last one, grounding. Barefoot walking on grass, dirt, sand, or concrete regulates the nervous system and reconnects to the earth's charge. This is science and sacred relationship with Unchimaka. ChatGPT actually typed that out. Here's what's you wanna find this and do your own research. The gentleman's name is Kent or Keith. Let's see, grounding Keith or Kent. I'm gonna do Kent. Let's see, Clint Ober. Clint. I was way wrong. Sorry. I want to Clint Ober. All right. So this guy actually search up grounding and look for the gentleman. His name is Clint Ober. So I'm telling you what, he learned from Shoshone people, I believe he highlighted, and they told him the reason why we wear moccasins is we're connected to Mother Earth. When we sit in our lodges and we sit on the ground, we're connected to Mother Earth. I'm like, oh, that is so good. It's like in when Moses is seeing the burning bush, and the Creator speaks from the burning bush. The Creator says, "Remove your shoes, for the place you stand is holy ground." By the way, God created everything on earth. It was good. Didn't revoke that. It's still good. Now our energy, what we do, that's a different thing. So grounding. Go stand outside. I tell people all the time at treatment programs, go stand outside, take your shoes off. Maybe it's in that morning time, spring, summertime. You go out, stand outside, your shoes are off, and you're just facing the east, and you're just in silence. Next thing you know, you go back in and you're like, holy cow, I was out there for 5 minutes, and maybe it gets longer, but maybe that's something you do every morning and you incorporate one or two of these things, and it's your part of your daily routine to take care of yourself. But this entire list, the disclaimer that it threw out there, I want you to hear this, the disclaimer that this AI agent threw out there, this guide is not a substitute for medical or professional addiction treatment. It is meant as a supplemental resource for those who don't have much but still rise each day. Some of the groups that it thought that it wanted me to develop another or versions for is veterans, tribal nations, Christian men's group, recovery ministries. I was saying I can be specific and dial it down, but yeah, I don't know if it's available. No, and the PDF expired. I do have it downloaded somewhere. Maybe there's a way I can share, but yeah, those four sections: poor man's let's see, a poor person's biohacking for recovery. I thank you for spending this much time with me. My goodness, 30, almost 40 minutes. But a lot of times these are free. You pay minimal, and if you're struggling with to stay sober, but you can spend upwards of $20 a bump, or however much it costs for your substance, you can afford to take care of yourself. So I'm going to end on that. I'm going to say Dokshta, uh, and tell you what the holy man says as an encouragement. So the holy man, the medicine man of medicine men, the my teacher, his depending on how you pronounce it, but one of my favorite ways to pronounce his tribal name from the one of the original languages back then was Yehoshua, um, also known as Jesus. But every person that he healed, he said this: uh, "Your faith made you well." Didn't talk about any of these things. He said, "Your faith." So it's already in you. The medicine is already in you. It's my job and the job of others to help you get connected to that and get the hell out of the way. That's why I tell you, don't worship people. Don't worship organizations. Don't worship small groups or support groups. You name it. Have all of that energy go to the unseen one, and then kind of this will kind of figure itself out. But the worshiping created things didn't work for us before. Finding our comfort in created things didn't work before. So we should know. Some of you are working on your fourth PhD from the University of Hard Knocks, or yeah, from the University of Hard Knocks. You already got smart. It's time to try some tactile stuff, experiential stuff. So that's what I have for you. Until next time, Dokshta. We'll see you later.